Hi, fifth graders. Today we're going to talk about taking your research notes and creating subtopics or subcategories, which will eventually become your paragraphs for your research report. So I have an example here today. The example is tsunamis, and I have not filled out all of these slides, but it's enough to show you what you're going to do with yours. So you should have by now about 25 to 30 slides. Now, if you don't, that's actually okay. And I'm going to show you why as I go through this. So you should have your list of possible credible sources filled out. You should have at least 3 to 5 that you have used. Ideally, you have a book and a website and something else. But you might have multiple books from Epic. You might have multiple websites, and that would be great. I don't have mine filled out, but you should. And then you have this one sample slide. And as of right now, what I'm going to have you do is get rid of the sample slide because you don't need it anymore. And it's just going to cause us a little bit of confusion. So we are going to hit backspace after we click on the slide over on the left and just completely get rid of it. So now it's gone. So now my fact slides that I have left are all about my topic. These are all about tsunamis. So what I want to do is I want to quickly go through and I want to read my fact slides that I have to remind myself, okay, here's what all my facts are about. So my first one is some things that cause tsunamis are earthquakes, underwater landslides, and volcanic eruptions. Then I have tsunamis can be caused by meteorites that fall to the earth. I have tsunamis are very fast. They can travel over 700 miles per hour, as fast as a jet airplane. I have tsunamis are big. Some tsunamis tower over 100 feet over the ocean. I have some seas, like the Mediterranean and Caribbean, have had tsunamis. I have the Ring of Fire is where most tsunamis happen. And I have animals sense vibrations and hear infrared sounds so they can tell when a tsunami is approaching. Now, this is how many I put for my example, but you should have 25 to 30 that you're reading through. And then when you get down to the bottom, we had just finished with this little stop sign here, and I said, don't move on until today. And then you have these ones where we're creating subtopic names. So I want to think about the information that I had in my notes and what that information was about. And so for me, I know I talked about causes of tsunamis. So that might be one of my subtopics. So I'm going to change this to causes of tsunamis. Another one that I talked about, I had talked about how they happen in the Ring of Fire. I had talked about how they happen in the Caribbean and the Mediterranean. So I might say that this topic could either be locations of tsunamis or where tsunamis happen. So I might put where tsunamis happen. And then my next topic might be, let's see, I had talked about how fast they can go and how big they can be. So I might put sizes of tsunamis. And then I had also talked about how animals can sense when a tsunami is coming. So I might put animals and tsunamis. And those might be my categories. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 4 of these. Now, I don't want to make any more than 4. I actually want to keep it with 4. So if I have a bunch left over that aren't going to fit in any of these categories, maybe one of my categories turns into other interesting facts categories. Or some of the other slides that I have may end up being a fact box over on the side because it doesn't fit in with any of my paragraphs. So we're just going to do our best to kind of keep these pretty even. That doesn't mean it's going to work out that way. And you might need some help when I come back on Wednesday or Thursday to go through and figure out how to make them a little bit more even. But what I want to do here is I actually want to click on where it says causes of tsunamis, and I want to bring this up to the top, and I am going to actually physically rearrange all of my slides so that these slides are underneath their category. So I'm going to have the category. I want to make sure the ones that talked about causes were underneath here. So it should be this one that causes by earthquakes, caused by meteorites. I'm going to bring up my other one where tsunamis happen. And I know it's not going to be underneath those first 2, so I'm going to put it here. And if this one doesn't talk about where tsunamis happen, I want to make sure I'm dragging the ones that talk about where tsunamis happen up here. So you're just going to notice that you're rearranging all of these to the best of your ability. That's pretty much what you're doing today. Let me know if you have questions. Bye.